This should be fun!
Family don't end with blood.
I regret this already.
Hello? Not an idiot. See ya!
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Give him the bits!
The bits! The bits!
The things I do for love.
I will never, ever turn my back on people who need me.
Bigger! Cartoons!
What in the fuck knuckles is this?
It's a little hard to hear you with that pity dip in your mouth.
When was the last time you saw a plus-size superhero? Never. The industry discriminates.
You're so dark!
Do you sure you're not from the DC universe?
This episode contains themes of LGBT representation in the media, gun violence, and mental health throughout history. Have fun!
Hello and welcome back, everyone.
My mic was in the wrong position. Hi.
Hi. Why are you laughing at me? I don't understand this shit.
It's because you have something to say and you haven't said it yet.
I didn't have anything to say. I just said hi.
You do.
You smiled like you did.
You always say it.
Welcome back.
To?
Why should I watch that?
Why should I watch that?
Why should I watch that?
You were so confusing me. I was like, what the fuck are you laughing at? I'm like, huh?
The energy's a little different in the studio today.
It's a weird day. We're not doing this on the normal day.
No, we're not.
Who are we?
Myra.
Sam.
Paying attention.
Hi, paying attention. I'm Dad.
No, you're not.
You have no proof. The look was worth it.
Turn off the TV or I'm gonna get super distracted.
I'm gonna need you to turn off, sir. Okay.
Just a second.
So this week, we are discussing
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, which has been delightful. Where do we usually do general or first impressions?
It's after
summary.
Honestly, I think we've bounced around with it. Sometimes we do it right before we get into the show, and sometimes we do it after everything. So would you guys like to do it now? I think we have a majority didn't watch this time.
Yes, that's the only reason. I've seen this before. If you listened to last week's episode, I have.
Did you?
I hadn't seen it before.
Okay, same.
So let's get into it.
All right. So how did we feel?
I liked it. I could tell that they were rubbing in your face that they got money this time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. But no, I liked it. I thought it was very true to Deadpool still.
Yeah, going into it, I liked it. In knowing that they had a bigger budget just off the get-go, personally, I was hoping for them to kind of let Wade take the backseat and let the money kind of drive the show. Not like don't have Wade at all, but like, you know, flex that shit, you got it. And the first movie was a really good like entrance to Deadpool. I really just wanted them to continue his shtick while piloting a plot line, and they basically did that. And I'm so happy because the whole movie was literally just them being like, so we got money. You want to see? And Wade's life is exactly the same. He runs out of bullets. He loses his sword. He doesn't just suddenly get more guns because they have a budget now. No, he still doesn't have guns. He uses a brick. Like, it's that kind of stuff. They figured out a way to like continue a character's core development without integrally changing them like Marvel does. I talked a lot on that last week. We're not going to touch on it too much.
Yeah.
But I love that Deadpool just kind of has to go, okay, this is my issue, and I'm going to get through it.
Lost my katana again.
Anyway, yep, that's my take. I really liked it. It wasn't as funny, I guess I would say, as the first film, but that every shot they had to take to make a joke, they landed. So,
yeah, coming back to this film, because I think I watched it when it came out, the joke still landed. It was still funny. I hope they get a third movie because
It's already in the works.
Excellent.
Or at least that's what I read on the interwebs that lie sometimes.
Because I would really like to see where and how they take the third film, because I feel like that will determine how well the second film ages.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
But I mean, as it stands with no third movie, fun, good time.
Yeah. So our summary.
So unfortunately, I do not own this one. This is a non-DVD Blu-ray copy. I was a broke bitch when this movie came out, so I didn't see it in theaters or in DVD or anything.
The audacity.
You know I'm gonna go buy these now, right?
Honestly, same. I already have the first one. I'm just gonna add the second one to the collection. Alright, so here we go. Here's the summary for the second of the Deadpool franchise. Wisecracking mercenary Deadpool meets Russell, an angry teenage mutant who lives at an orphanage. When Russell becomes the target of Cable, a genetically enhanced soldier from the future, Deadpool realizes that he'll need some help saving the boy from such a superior enemy. He soon joins forces with Bedlam, Shatterstar, Domino, and other powerful mutants to protect young Russell from Cable and his advanced weaponry. This is not as funny as the first one. I kind of miss Deadpool's fourth wall breaks in the summary, but that's all I got.
So now we're into general info. So let me pull up my stuff. So, according to the Wikipedias, it was directed by David Leitchie. Leitchie.
Oh, no.
No.
Lech.
Lech. I don't know. Leitch. Produced by Simon Kingberg, Ryan Reynolds, Lauren Schuler Donner. Written by Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Ryan Reynolds. Oh, wow. Like, that's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same people.
Yep. That's a good sign that they were able to keep the same people on.
Just pulling up the original.
I was just noting.
Yeah, they added some people. It's a different director. Yeah, different director, but otherwise same producers and same writers, except Ryan Reynolds took a more active role in writing this time. Again, based on Deadpool. Starring Ryan Reynolds, Josh Brolin, Marina Barkerin, Julia Denson, Zazie Beetz, JT Miller, Brianna Hildenbrand, and Jack Casey. Music by Tyler Bates. Cinematography by Jonathan Sela. Edited by Dirk Westervelt, Craig Alpert, and Elizabeth Rollendorts. Thank you.
That is like Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Rollendottir. It's been a bit since I've seen a glottal stop. I think that's what that's called. Don't quote me.
I'm sorry for butchering any and all names ever. Production companies by 20th Century Fox, Marvel Entertainment, Kinberg Genre, Maximum Effort.
That must be Ryan Reynolds' new studio.
It has to be. It doesn't have a hyperlink though, so it may just be there. Okay. The Donners Company and TSG Entertainment. Distributed by 20th Century Fox. Released its premiere
I have its logo.
What is it? It's just an M.
It's an M written like an E. M-E. Maximum effort. Depending on which way you hold this. Okay. This fucking link, all it has, a boot, and projects. Deadpool, Deadpool 2, Deadpool Social, Celine Dion, David Beckham. This is minimalist at best. And then A boot. Maximum Effort makes movies, TV series, content, and cocktails for the personal amusement of Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds. We occasionally release them to the general public.
That's amazing.
This is amazing.
I love it.
Alright, moving on. I'm sorry. The question came up and I had to answer it.
No, I'm glad you did. Its premiere date was May 10th, 2018, and its national release was May 18th, 2028.
What? You want to try again?
Goddamn, I didn't know nobody has seen this fucking movie.
How are we talking about this?
We
2018.
traveled.
I didn't know that we were cable.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't it be nice if we were cable?
No.
Then we wouldn't have to wait so long.
Runtime 119 minutes. Obviously the country of origin is the United States. Language English. Budget. Guess how much it made. Budget.
We talked about this last time.
Did we?
No,
yes.
we can still play the game because I don't remember.
Okay.
Or at least I can still play the game.
So
Myra, do you remember?
I do.
Okay,
the
so
budget
I can play the game.
was $110 million.
And real quick, can we get remember on what the original budget was for the first one?
58 million.
58
Okay,
million.
so
they doubled their budget basically.
They over doubled it. I'm gonna guess 800. How does math work?
Million.
Million or billion?
Million is 800 million.
You're real close, actually. It was $785.8 million. So you were pretty gosh darn close. But yeah, that's it. That's the general info. I don't really feel like we need to go into the source material because we covered it last week.
That's fair. We can just breeze through today.
Did we have any more tidbits that we wanted to?
Well, I mean, obviously, there's still a lot of Hugh Jackman throwbacks.
Oh, especially with Logan.
With Logan being dead, and
spoilers,
bruh.
If you,
the movie making fun of that came out in 2018.
Yeah. So, and if you watch it, you're gonna find out. There's a couple, there's also throwbacks to Josh Brolin, with when Deadpool goes, "Okay, calm down, Thanos."
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he played Thanos, and the Goonies throwbacks to him, because he goes trying to find One-Eyed Willie, which, that's the main thing they're doing in the Goonies, and he wore the Goonies t-shirt that Chuck wears when he's doing the there's a lot of cameos, which is really cool. You have obviously Terry Crews, and ones that I didn't know were Matt Damon. I can never.
Matt Damon.
Thank you, being one of the rednecks that gets killed by Cable. And then what's his name?
Alan Tudyk?
I don't know.
He played Wash in Firefly. That's all I know. He was also the chicken in Moana.
Yeah.
Make way. Make way.
He's
extreme.
funny.
He went to Juilliard.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. You went to Juilliard to play a chicken?
He makes a comment about that when they're doing like one of those backstage interviews, when he's at the mic and he's like doing really well as chicken noises, and he turns to the interviewer and goes, I went to Juilliard to play a chicken. Have I peaked or is this a low? I don't. Thanks Disney for the contract.
See the card?
So, Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk as the Rednecks. Brad Pitt as the Vanisher. We also have the director himself as being one of the mutants. Thank you. So you get a lot of cameos in that way. You also have obviously the cameos of all the X-Men from first, is it the one of the young X-Men where they actually did really good job of having Quicksilver, Xavier, Beast, Nightcrawler, Storm.
I think they said it was a newer one that's coming out.
Yeah, and Cyclops. There we go.
Oh yeah, it was the cast of like X-Men First Class era.
We also have the so many freaking shots at Marvel. There's the thing that he says to Juggernaut about the fact that he should sleep. What is it? The sun is setting.
Oh, the sun's getting real low.
The sun's getting real low. There's also a lot of foreshadowing, like the coin that he gives Vanessa, the whole F word for family. That it's more of a make your own family versus a family that you like
found family
versus, you know what I mean.
I was just trying to provide words.
And then you have Domino's appearance, and I do I can't think. I like the fact that they did keep her true to the comic as far as like having her spot over her eye. And then Fire Fist is an actual Marvel character from the X-Force. He does a lot of shout outs to the crew and the team that helps him in the production side of the film. Oh, of course, finding the cure of blindness and cocaine under the floorboards. And then his black suit, going back to the X-Force comic, his yellow suit when he's in with the X-Men, or yellow shirt, it's not really a suit. You also have his throwbacks to his own characters from other movies, like Ben Wilder, when he's singing. Let's see. But obviously, I mean, the movie's always full of... And we can't forget the opening credits. I mean, those are just full of things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are the major ones that I would say were interesting. There's a lot of, like, little tidbit cameos of people, so... Oh, and the Juggernaut being Xavier's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, I was an avid X-Men fan before I realized that there were comics, and I did not know that that was a thing. I thought the X-Men movies were really good when I was a kid. They did so poorly on so many backgrounds. Yes, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, is a great line, but like, maybe we should have known that he was fighting against his brother. That's all I have to say about it. Alright, so we've already done first impressions.
So, themes for this film are,
money. We have it now.
Money. We have it now. Family. Repercussions of your actions. Yeah.
You said it and I went...
and like how you choose to respond to those repercussions, you know.
Yep.
Also, you know, a little bit of Deadpool discussion, mental health. It's not like mental health PSA, but like he does try to commit suicide several times in the film.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you come back after having a major trauma event in your life? So yeah, let's just jump on into it.
Let's just jump right into it.
Let's just,
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna keep quoting Philip DeFranco until he talks about us on his show. Phil, that is a call out. We may continue.
So as far as sequels go, I'd say this is a pretty solid sequel.
It really is.
It is a good sequel. I personally prefer the first one, but I think it's more to do with just it felt like the first one was very much jabs at the studios for being, you really thought you were bringing us down and you didn't.
Yeah.
And this one felt more like, ha, see what we can do with money. So
look at this big CGI fight.
yes, I love that though.
No. Excellent. It's just they could not have done that film or that fight scene in the first
No,
they could not have.
I definitely agree with that. They couldn't have done that. They couldn't have done a lot of the things that they did. I mean, the whole breakout.
Yeah, the whole second act literally could not have happened with the budget that they had last time. Because they literally have one of, your stereotypical action superhero movie of let's hop onto a giant truck, break into it, get our guys out, and obviously mayhem ensues. They did not have the budget for that last time. They literally didn't give Deadpool guns in the last movie for the final fight because they didn't have the budget for it. So yeah. Oh my god.
We literally saw the glow up of a century with this bitch. Like, that's literally what happened. They went, all right, you've seen us at We Ain't Got Shit. Now let's show you what it looks like when we're rolling.
I do have to admit, I really like the fact that we got a backstory for the taxi driver. I can't say his name.
Dopinder?
Dopinder.
Yeah, that's fair. I love that he not only got a backstory, but like also
not a backstory, but like a
character growth.
There we go.
I like that he was the entire time. He was like this little excited chihuahua, like I can do it.
I can kill people. Just let me try,
please.
Yes,
please.
But and then
Mr. Poole, please, just let me come on one fight with you. You don't want to do that. I'm gonna.
And
all right.
I do like the fact that he was like, come on, just let me try. And then he gets in line to fight with them, sees the juggernaut, and goes, I'm gonna wait in the car.
And he goes, yeah, go do that.
No, they said it at the exact... This is the best part. They said it at the exact same time. As Deadpool said, you should probably go back to the car, he said, I think I'm gonna go back to the car. And it was
perfect.
It was like Wade going, so now you see why I don't bring you, right? And him going, I see now why you don't bring me. I'm gonna go.
But then, he kills
it.
He kills it.
Yeah.
He comes back when it's no longer like a mutant fight, runs a guy over with his car, and goes, I'm a villain. Like, not a villain, but like...
I'm unstoppable.
And I helped.
And I helped.
Yes.
I really liked how self-aware this film was, though. Kind of switching gears, because one of the main plot points for this film is that Vanessa dies, and a lot of people were like, really, come on, you're killing the girlfriend. And in the promotional material for this film, they talk about how they fridged Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
And like, does that make it better? No.
I will say this. They didn't do the typical died for man pain thing.
No.
I don't think. Her death does not...
That does not motivate him to continue. If anything...
It motivates him to stop.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it motivates him to suicide. Which is not the... Okay, maybe it is for man pain, but it's not the typical path.
Yes. But it's not like she's totally out of the film either. She makes several Heaven cameos. And it's like, baby, no. You get your shit together, and then we can talk.
It's
not even get your shit together. It's more of it's not time for you and I to be together again. It's not so much of get your shit together. It's a
you still have a life to live despite me not being there. And that sucks, but like you're gonna have to go live your life. And oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Personally, I really like that because in the original comics, they make it like a whole gag that Deadpool has like a literal like romance with Death. And I think it's so funny that Death is now his girlfriend.
Yes.
Like literally. Fiance even. They were already engaged and starting a family. They might have been married. Yeah.
I would assume that they were married simply because they were starting to have a kid, but like it's, you know, Deadpool, so who the hell knows?
Yeah. Exactly. I really like that they like put I like that they put a spin on it and kind of added that into his character repertoire without like having to. I liked what they had together, him and Vanessa. So I like that they were able to keep her in the loop while still putting that, you know, flirting with death kind of feeling into it.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, I do like how they did it, especially because we see so many women in superheroes and science fiction get fridged
for no good goddamn
reason. And like, then they're just gone and they're never mentioned again. And like, there's the occasional like, I had a girlfriend once tear.
She turned into the moon.
She turned into the
moon. That's rough, buddy. No, but I agree. I mean, it wasn't very much of a, I had a girlfriend once, she died, you know, I couldn't save her. It was, I couldn't save her, I should have died, I need to die. And, like,
go ahead.
I feel like when he sees her again for the first time in film, I feel like him trying to kill himself so many times, this was the first time that he's like, okay, this could actually work.
And like, we never doubt for a moment the deep, genuine love he has for Vanessa and she has for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's never called into question.
A lot of the times, the male character is like, oh, well, like, and immediately moves on to a different person.
No.
And Wade's like, no, the love of my life is gone forever.
Bring her back, please.
I would literally rather die than live an existence without her. And I don't know. It was nice.
And I gotta admit, I agree with you on that whole flirting with death and turning that fact that they made Vanessa his death angel.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna play a bigger part. I know at the end of the film, Wade goes back and does his tricky mind time shit, but
I don't think it worked.
I don't think it worked. I agree with you.
I think he thinks it worked.
Exactly, because he did it real fast, so you really don't know.
There could have been extra people behind them, or
like you don't know shit. It could be one of those repercussions because Vanessa didn't die. He didn't save the kid. The kid ends up burning down the.
I don't think so, because
the whole reason he's with the X-Men is because he's like, okay, I gotta find where my heart is supposed to be because my heart's not in the right place.
What I was gonna say is, it's more likely she was fated to die. Like, the events that he...
No. I agree. I think she's eventually gonna die whether that's the case or not. But I think that the way they did it, you obviously don't see the repercussions. Although I do gotta admit, in that whole sequence of him going back in time and fixing timelines, I love the fact that he went back in time and killed himself.
Oh my god. Listen.
That thing deserved to die.
Oh my god, I love that.
It came on the screen and I immediately went, stop. And he went, oh, don't worry, we're stopping it. And I was like,
yeah, I just
like, thank you, Ryan Reynolds.
I was like, thank you. That was a beautifully done. But I think you're right. She was always destined to die. And I think that's also why maybe in later films, and also we obviously talked about it in the comics that he's very crazy and sort of in this psychosis that doesn't happen because of the whole stabbing in the brain, and that obviously affected him. But I think also seeing it from this point of view in the film is if Vanessa continues to stay dead, and the only way for him to see her is dying tragically, even if it's for like a minute, I think it contributes to that craziness, that suicidal, that maniac, I don't give two shits if you cut my arm off mentality.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, I would just like to say that I am a little disappointed at how they didn't bring the cartoon characters into this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was much more sane.
I don't really know if he was necessarily much more sane. They have an opportunity to go full Deadpool, and I might honestly personally chalk this up to the fact that they're trying to like further the actual franchise rather than just focus on Deadpool, which I'm here for. But at the same time, they teased us at the end of the first movie with all the weird animated characters and everything, and I was so excited to see how they used them in the second film with the bigger budget. And I'm wondering if the CGI cost that much that they still didn't have the budget to pay 2D animators to add stuff like that in, or if it was a time constraint thing, you know?
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them on the little sketch pad that he made when they were planning out the thing, just kind of playing around on it, pointing at things.
Yeah,
that would have been cool. But you know,
just be like, or even be like one of the people helping. Be like, so everybody be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean that's something that I was not super happy and excited to see that they didn't do. But you know, not every sequel can be perfect.
That's true.
So I'm not necessarily buttered about it, just a little upsetty spaghetti, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my main complaint currently. I'll put it that way.
I gotta admit, with this film though, I think they did it very great on advertising. Because finding out that Peter W. had a Twitter account and was like straight up active in that.
Yeah.
And for a character in a movie.
A minor character
in a movie is crazy amazing. That's like amazing marketing, because people were following this guy, and there probably still are. Let's be honest.
Let's be real for a moment.
Let's be real. But people are probably still following this guy, and he's just this
normal guy.
Minor character. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah.
He's just another Peter. So I thought that was great marketing. And you know,
I wonder, was that even like on purpose?
I think it was.
Because I saw a video talking about it, and it sounded like the dude just started doing it on his own.
Dude, I don't know, but it's still great marketing.
Oh yeah. I'm just curious.
I don't know. But yes, Sam.
Oh no, I was looking up whether she was like because sometimes it's kind of fuzzy especially with Deadpool post-credit scenes whether they actually are canon or not. Apparently Vanessa did get saved and is expected to return for Deadpool 3. Along with Cable and Domino, and suspected Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio, and
Hi,
Colossus.
Hi, Yukio!
Hi, Wade.
I had to. You said her name.
Can we talk about the glow up for Negasonic Teenage Warhead?
The fact that she has a completely perfect glow up that like almost entirely matches your D&D character.
Yes.
I called you out for this, and I'm loving it, but still, it's true. She has, like, a hella glow up.
And, like...
Emin confirmed.
It's... I didn't even do that intentionally.
You literally couldn't have. This happened, like, a year and a half ago.
This is before you invented Emin.
Oh, you had seen the movie.
I had seen the movie.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so you could have done it, but you didn't. Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Sus, but fine.
The fact that they let her have a girlfriend, excellent.
Yes.
She has no real lines besides "Hi Wade."
Hi, Yu-Gi-Oh.
But, like, the amount of affection and love we see between those two,
Yes.
amazing.
They're so cute together.
They're really adorable.
They're really cute.
They're really
I have
cute
no
together.
complaints.
No, I don't either. I think they did that very well.
Oh, the mugs.
Oh, her and I'm with her.
Yeah. In one of the deleted scenes, they're seen to be having breakfast in the mansion, and, you know, they're snarking with Wade, and they're both holding coffee mugs saying, "I'm with her," and it's just the cutest little thing. Like, one of those nice little details that really shows that it is more of a casual passion project as opposed to, like, a heated passion project, but, like,
Yeah.
it's a nice touch.
Yeah. I love, like, I think another thing that Deadpool is, like, really cementing into the minds of CEOs and, you know, moneymakers everywhere, that LGBT representation makes money. It does.
Yeah.
Like,
you get
it's
good...
just true. I don't know what else to add to that statement.
You get good representation.
Bruh, I love, okay, I know that Yukio doesn't get a lot of lines in this movie, but how many times in movies do you witness them giving a dude a girlfriend, and that's literally her only job? Is to be like, "Hi everybody, okay, I've made my point, I'm the girlfriend," and then she leaves.
Yeah.
No, but Yukio's a badass.
Right, but, like,
no, but
for the majority of her lines.
Yeah.
That's all she does.
Yeah, she to the extent that she's there, because you literally see her come in at the last minute as, like, you're like, oh shit, you're actually a badass. But the whole time,
which I loved.
Yes. But the whole time when you first meet her, you're originally thinking, oh,
girlfriend.
She's just here to be a girlfriend, which is
my girlfriend.
Dope.
My wonderful girlfriend.
I had no problems with her just being adorable with Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But, like, I guess the point is, like, you don't have to make, like, these huge leaps and bounds to be like, look at us and our inclusivity. You literally just have to give the bitch a girlfriend.
Let them hold hands. Let
just
them have coffee.
Them hold hands. That's it. We're not asking for you to make your entire movie based around the fact that these two people are queer. Just, they're there in the background. Also, can we talk about it?
Oh, go ahead. I don't know where you're going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going either.
Don't fuck Colossus.
Oh my god.
What?
That was such a good moment.
It was such a good moment. And in some of the deleted scenes, Wade is like that when he gets stabbed through the brain, Wade is like being explicit with what he wants from Colossus in that moment. The music's going, he's like doing the hand job motion. He gets down into the crotchal area and is like, hello.
About to unbuckling pants.
Yeah. There's opportunity for Wade to do bad here. And Colossus is like, please stop.
We are in the middle of a fight scene.
How did we activate thirst trap mode? I need to eject. But, like, I feel like had they left that in, that line would have been even funnier. Because he still does have some, like, dreamy moments with him, but, like...
Casually gropes ass.
That was not casual. That was outright.
Yeah.
Casually outright gropes ass. Anyway.
It's, I guess my point is, like...
They didn't shy
Wade
away.
has a crush on that man, and they just went, he does. You have no say in it. And Wade went, I do. You have no say in it.
Exactly.
And, like, in some of the deleted scenes, Colossus is shown to potentially return affection to a degree.
I mean, he
says, you broke my heart, Wade.
And, like, that could be read. That's
why I said potentially.
Yeah.
Like, there's some subtext there.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I agree. There, just put it in. It's not that bad. I think it was beautifully done, too.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like super in your face, but it wasn't denial either.
It wasn't shoved to the back.
It wasn't queer baiting, and it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't queer baiting, but it also wasn't. They could potentially just be friends.
No, because
they definitely went. She's my girlfriend, and you're like, yes, and that's it.
That's all we wanted.
Yes, exactly.
Can
we talk about the new characters for a second?
Russell?
Most of them are dead.
Or
no,
the X-Force.
I'm talking like Domino.
I would love to talk about Domino.
We can talk about Domino all day, all night, every day.
Is it Cable?
Cable's.
Fire Fist. We had quite a few new characters, and you guys are going, they're all dead. What the fuck are you
talking? I'm not smart. I was really excited for his entire team, and then they all died.
I know, I was really excited. And, you know, I thought...
Oh, go ahead.
I thought it was really nice how they cameoed everybody.
Yes.
How they cameoed Brad Pitt. I was like...
Dude, he got electrocuted at that point, and I literally went, wait a minute, hold on, that was a person. That was a whole lot. I think I've seen that person before.
Not just the person.
Which is abnormal for me.
Yeah, no, when he got electrocuted and I saw the face, I was like, is that Brad Pitt?
No.
No, it's gotta be a lookalike. And then when you look at the credits and it actually says it's Brad Pitt, I was like, oh.
And I love how most of the cameos were just actors, friends of the cast, who were like,
hey,
can we be in?
Can we be in the film? We don't even have to, like, talk. We can just stand in the back. I just want to... Hey.
Dude, I mean, that's how Matt Damon gets, like, in so many fucking movies. That's how he ended up in Thor. He just showed up and was like, hey, I'm, like, next door filming something. Can I just, like, chill for a minute?
I came to see my friends. Hello.
And then
they're like, do you want a part?
No, it's really, can I just, like, be in the background? And then they give him a part. Even if it's, like, 30 seconds of talking, and you're like, oh.
Hello.
Yeah, I thought that was...
Okay, but let's talk about Domino. Because that bitch is amazing. I love her so much.
Yes. And like I said earlier, I really like the fact that they use someone... the fact that they use someone that was black instead of a white person, how it is in the comics, because in the comics it's a white person with a black dot. They went, okay, well, she's black now, and we don't care. We're not gonna be exclusionary, thank you. And because of her skin tone, we're gonna flip-flop how she has the mark on her face. And I thought that was beautiful, because it's not taking away from the original comic book character.
Right. It's one of those ample opportunity moments of, like, there's no reason this character has to be white or, you know,
or black or Hispanic or whatever they are. They did beautifully with her.
Yeah, and it just adds so much more to the cast, because there is this, you know, stereotype that, or not stereotype, but convention, I guess, is a good way to phrase it, that, oh, black women can't be leading ladies in Hollywood, we just don't want that. People aren't going to see the film if we have a black leading lady.
So freaking
which
wrong.
is so untrue.
There's so many great actresses out there that you're like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Right.
I'm trying to look up a thing right now. So I'm back. Oh, vitiligo. That's what it is. Domino has vitiligo.
Yeah.
And that's something really cool. It's when you have, like, various portions of your skin that didn't get the memo that you have melanin. It's like extra, like, melanin in that spot.
Vitiligo?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. It's what Michael Jackson had.
Hi, my name... well, maybe it's not that then. Hold on. Maybe I'm going to cut that part.
No, because doesn't Myra from church have it too?
Yeah, she does. And my cousin actually has it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's your skin tone, but he has it. So it's
Is it like pink?
It's spotty, not the entire body.
Yeah. It's vitiligo.
Michael Jackson had a really bad case of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he chose to bleach his skin.
Yeah,
Okay.
he chose to bleach his skin because it was so bad.
That's fine. But yeah, no, it's vitiligo. I'm sorry, I've seen it on the internet and like in the point is, there's some people I've saw on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that have it. I think it's really interesting that they kind of used that as an option to get her domino quirk thing across.
Oh yeah.
Because it makes logical sense. Like someone with that skin condition would have like, various spots, and also there's not a lot of representation for it in the media.
No. Because there was a big deal when I think it was Victoria's Secret had a model with vitiligo.
Yeah.
No, like I said, my cousin has it, but my cousin. Most people think it's people with dark melanin or more melanin in their skin, but it actually happens to everybody. My cousin is probably as white as you are. He looks like my dad. It's fucking scary.
I'm pretty fucking pale, you guys, in case you have no idea.
I mean, you've seen my dad. He looks fucking white.
Your dad is very strange. Yes.
So my cousin looks like my dad, but what happens with his skin,
Your dad looks like a man who was born and raised in like the deep South Texas, and then he opens his mouth and you go, oh no, you were on the other side of Texas.
Yeah. But his skin is actually whiter where he has it. His natural skin almost looks pinkish because of it.
Neat.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is very cool. I don't mean anyway as in like to diminish it. Just
no. I think it's. You're right. It's something we don't see in media a lot because a lot of people see that and they
there's
judge
like a connotation.
it. Yeah, and they judge it very
reason.
very
harshly
because I mean, like you said, there's someone in our church that actually has it, and I've seen it several times, especially because working with her, there are kids who'll go look at her and be like, what? And she'll be like,
even adults.
Yeah, and she'll be like, look, it's a skin condition. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to put makeup on to look the same skin tone just to make you happy.
Yeah, that's fair. She has rights and is valid.
Yeah. All she ever does is like eye makeup.
Yeah. But I do like that the fact that they did that. They kept that in the...
Yeah, I'm sure like, there's some people out there that have vitiligo that are, ooh, look at that. He's like me.
Yeah.
And anyway, I just thought it was neat. What else do you guys like about her? I'm shutting up now.
Oh, her entire characterization is really, really fun. Because she's just like, I'm lucky, and that's it.
I like how Wade reacts to the fact that she goes, I'm just lucky. And he's like,
that's not a power.
But that's not a power. And she's like, yes, it is. And he's like, no, it's not. It's not a power. And she's like, but it is. And he's like, but it isn't. And he goes, but it is. And then he's like, huh? And then all of a sudden he goes, you have the job. And she's like, thanks. And it's sort of saying thanks going, but see, I am lucky.
Plus, like, there's that one scene where she's just gotten out of the car and everything's like, she's like, I'm gonna bail. And he's like, what are you gonna do? Or she's like, I'm gonna get into the truck or whatever. And he's like, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna luck your way into it?
And that's exactly what happened.
He's completely ripping her apart as she does the thing. And
then all of a sudden,
smooth.
I'm in.
Yeah. As soon as he finishes his whole tirade about, like, you can't, like it's a dumb superpower. We're watching her tear apart these guys. Her luck is killing people. She kills people herself. She's also, like, a boss-ass fighter. And she's killing people left and right. Casually goes, I'm in. I have the truck.
And Wade's like, whoa.
It's like, what?
What?
What? What just happened?
Whoa. What? Bad vibes.
Yeah.
But like good vibes.
Weird vibes.
Yeah, so I really like the way that they did her, and I really liked the way she played her. It was really nice. It was really nonchalant,
which is exactly how like someone who has been lucky their whole life.
Like, imagine Harry Potter after he drank the Felix Felicis potion.
That's her always.
Yeah, that's her always. Just like walking through life, I'll get there when I get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete confidence. You know you're going to be fine all the time.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Do we want to talk about Cable? What did you do to the boy?
Nothing.
Yes.
Sure did look dumb for a minute though, didn't it?
I'm interested to see how they're gonna do. What they're gonna do with Cable for the next movie, especially now knowing his history from the comics. Because I did not know that he was. Should I say it? It's a spoiler.
It's not really a spoiler.
I mean,
they might not even touch on it, honestly.
Oh, that's true.
I
didn't. I think it's interesting knowing that his dad is Scott Summers, and that his mom,
aka Cyclops,
and that his mom is a clone of Jean Grey, which is the Phoenix, I guess.
Yes, she is.
Phoenix person.
Is that her?
I don't know
superhero name.
Bruh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No, because
I don't know her superhero name, to be honest. Because I've always just known her as Jean.
Yeah, does she? I don't. Hold on.
Because then she has the Dark Phoenix but she has the Phoenix, I think, isn't she? I don't know. Shit.
Jean Grey superhero name. Phoenix.
Oh, I was right.
And then Dark Phoenix when she gets corrupted by that alien parasite thing.
Fine.
I haven't seen it, so.
It's a terrible movie.
I didn't know it was an alien parasite. I thought she just went batshit.
Yeah, I thought she went batshit because of the whole
corrupted powers thing.
Yeah.
She already had a dinner.
No, but what activates it is an alien parasite.
In the movie?
Or I don't know if in the movie, but in the comics, it's an alien parasite that hops from one X-Men to the other, and after it kills Jean, it goes into Scott.
Yeah, that's not what they do in the movie.
And then Scott goes on like a murder rampage.
No,
that's even worse than Jean's.
The way they do it in the movie, Jean, her powers are already evil.
Yeah.
Just by default. And something traumatic happens, and she wakes up one day and is like, I have chosen violence. Always. Okay, where were we?
Cable.
Oh my god, Cable. I was so excited to hate this dude. I didn't know much about Cable.
I was ready to hate him.
Uh-huh.
I was. I'm interested to see if his backstory will come in. I don't think so, particularly because he is in a timeline with his parents. So, yeah.
I mean, weirder things have happened. They literally just did a whole WandaVision.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss that later.
On the WandaVision episode that we were supposed to do.
Yeah, we're gonna do
eventually.
That. Eventually. But no, I think his character, I was ready to be like, I hate you. You are an awful human being, and how dare you want to kill a child. And then you get his entire backstory, and you're like, I feel bad for you. Like,
see, he said he was going to kill a kid, and my immediate thought, my overthinking brain immediately went, what does that kid do later?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
See, that was my thought of, like, what did the kid do to cause him to come back in time and do... But I wasn't thinking so much... I did have that Terminator vibe of he's coming back to kill him because he's gonna either be a really good guy that he doesn't want to live, or he's the cause of the death of the entire world.
Yeah, it causes like a major destruction event or something.
Yeah. And then you get the actual backstory where he's the one that got away for Cable, and he's the one that because he got away, he ends up killing his whole family. And from the images you get of his family, like the flashes of his family, it looks like his wife and daughter were just vibing. And he went death. And I mean, I understand his whole, because at this point Wade had his revenge, and Wade's like, but now I can't live without him. And so Cable has this, I'm gonna have my revenge and I get to live with them. And he still, in the end run, he sacrifices spending time with his family to save Wade, which you're like, damn.
Can I say a thing on that?
Yeah.
I have a theory. He didn't do it to save Wade. He did it because, well, I don't have to kill a kid now. But that dude's really fucking annoying, and I feel like he wanted to die. And I feel like the most annoying thing I could do to him is force him to not die.
Petty revenge?
Literally, I think he did it for petty revenge.
Oh, that's fair.
That would be hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, they also have, like, a really good relationship in the comics.
I've seen exactly one picture with them, like, looking out for something, and Wade is, like, curled up next to him in the middle of a fight. They're, like, scouting out this thing, and fucking Cable's, like, looking around, and he's just got Wade all tucked up against him, like, looking around, too.
Yeah, it does feel like they're gonna have, like, this, especially the way it ends, it feels like they're gonna have, it's a development of a good relationship,
Mm-hmm.
like a good friendship, because they both have this maniacal sense of justice.
They're both chaotic enough. Like, you have to be a certain level of chaotic to handle Wade.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, Colossus does.
It sucks, but I'm kind of starting to ship them. It kind of works. It's weird.
It's weird. It balances.
Colossus has this, like,
neutralizing
he
calmness.
He has this, like, I can fix you complex.
Yes.
He can change, I can fix him. And it's, like, the worst thing to be tied to Wade Wilson. But it's there. And Wade is just like, beefy. You smexy. I like. My job is done here.
I find you sexually attractive. What are you gonna do about it?
Colossus is like, I have emotions. And Wade's like, what the fuck are those?
Exactly.
Where do you... I don't have a pocket for those.
I don't have a pocket for those. I got a pocket for jelly. You want jelly? I got a chimichanga holder. It's empty right now, but if you give me a chimichanga,
it can hold
go
one.
there. I don't have an emotions one.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I'm interested to see how their friendship develops in the next film too.
And it's great because, like, they have the same level of emotional stuntedness.
Yeah.
At least how they're portrayed in the film. Because Wade's like, let's get a hug, you know, pelvis to pelvis. Is that a knife in my dick? That's a knife in your dick. Okay. Good vibes all around.
Good vibes.
And I think picking the actor that they picked was a great decision.
Mm-hmm.
He did such a good job. Although I do like the fact that they did throw a lot of jabs at him for playing Thanos and playing in the Goonies. Like, having so many little flashes to the Goonies. I'm like, what the fuck? But I liked his character development, even though you really didn't see much of him until the very end. I like that you still felt like you had a development for him.
Yeah, for being in a third of the movie, he has an amazing character arc.
I think that's something that this film really does, is both films, really, they give these background characters space to grow.
I mean, we see that even with, like, Dopinder in the first film. He goes from this very meek, quiet, mousy characterization
to killing his cousin.
To unintentionally. Well, no, I take that back.
Killing his
cousin in an unintentional manner.
Yes, wait.
Or was it a maim?
No. They say that he dies later.
Ah, fuck.
And did he plan to...
Because I think in the second, when you first see Dopinder again, Wade goes, he says something about his cousin. He goes, "You mean you killed him?"
And we also see that with Weasel in the first film as well. Also, I'm gonna totally sidetrack for a second.
You want to do a Weasel appreciation post, don't you?
I do. But, also how he totally folds when a threat of torture happens.
I would expect nothing more from him. His
I
name
know.
is Weasel.
No,
He weasels his way out of situations.
And I love it.
And somehow I feel like part of Deadpool's plan was to have Cable there.
He knew Cable was coming.
Yes. So why not lie to him?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Weasel saw the crayon drawn map.
That was a great map. How come I feel like that was their storyboard? Like, for real, for the film? I feel like
I would
Ryan
not
Reynolds,
put it past Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds went, here's our storyboard of how this film was gonna go.
Sir, that is a crayon-drawn map?
A what?
A crayon-drawn map?
Crayon?
Crayon?
A crane?
Crayon?
Crayon? Like
I thought it
cranberry?
was crayon.
Cranberry. You're saying crayon.
A crayon.
Isn't it crayon?
Well, now you've changed it to include the Y and the O.
It's a crayon.
I was getting shit for saying pizza last time.
Yeah, no, you have so many rights. What is this?
Is
a
this
bagel? Crayon. A berry of crayon.
I thought it was crayon.
It's crayon.
Okay, so I haven't been saying it wrong.
It's spelled cray and then on.
Yeah, I always thought it was crayon. Wow. Is this like a northerner thing?
It might be. That's how my family has.
Oh!
Listen.
How my family says pizza. Fuck you.
Correct.
Anyway. A what drawn map?
A crayon drawn map.
Thank you, Myra.
I really feel like that could have been their storyboards. Like, Ryan Reynolds going, and probably getting his kids to help him color in and stuff.
Oh my god, he totally could have.
Oh, his kids would have been like, Daddy, this is so cool. I'm so glad we can help you with your work.
Well, he's like a huge family guy, so I really can see him having his kids.
Him and his family
guy
are adorable.
Yes. I mean, him and his wife are adorable, so they're such a cute family.
Yeah, talk about healthy Hollywood relationships.
Yeah.
But
so I feel like that was cool. But no, the background characters alone, I feel like make this freaking movie.
Honestly, I liked the background characters so much more than Deadpool in this film.
And I feel like they did that completely on purpose, and I
Me
love it.
too!
Yeah.
They basically gave us a Kid Cosmic experience.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
It's so good!
Because they were like, okay, you know Deadpool, so now we're going to let you explore everybody else. And then you have Megasonic Teenage Warhead that has a girlfriend. And then you have Colossus who has emotional attachments to Wade. And you have Cable who's like, I'm an emotionally stunted person who wants to kill a child.
I just saw my entire family murdered. Time for revenge.
And then you have Domino who's like, I'm just lucky, so I'm just here.
I'm just fucking here, y'all.
I'm vibing.
What's y'all's trauma? I ain't got none.
Exactly. And then you randomly have these cameos of these people and going, yeah, we're here. Bye. And
immediately dies 10 minutes later.
You have Dupander, who you get this whole new side of him that you're like, all right, Holmes, all right. And Weasel.
Get your murder on.
You know, still growing as a weasel.
He doesn't grow. I mean, he doesn't really grow. He's just like, I can't do a vibe.
Yeah.
He's like, I did my character growth. I'm like,
Just
I'm
here.
maxed out. I am NPC maxed out. This is the highest I go.
And then you see Al back, and he's, you know, she's
Blind
like,
Al is
she's like,
chef's kiss.
dude, you need to get over your girl. Although I do love the fact that, you know, I'm very curious if Blind Al smelled, like, after Deadpool disappears with the cocaine-covered mask.
She probably smelled it.
Yeah, she's like, where is it?
Get your bitch ass back here, Wade.
And then when she touches
You know
the
what the
baby legs.
You know what the worst part is? She was probably walking around the whole apartment going, fucker probably smeared that shit all over the place to get me actually looking. Joke's on you, I'm not looking.
Can't look.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Searching.
seeking it out.
Yeah. And then I don't know. The freaking baby leg scene. Oh my god.
Full on Winnie the Pooh.
Although, how come I feel like that was a shot at Rick and Morty too? Because there's a whole episode where they're watching random TV shows, and then you have the
intergalactic cable,
and you have the one cop that's
baby legs. You gotta get this together. I don't need a partner, man.
I can't run. Oh,
I guess sometimes partners really do work out. You do the running, I do the talking. He's just an infant from halfway down.
And that was Wade!
It really was. I love how they made such a dramatic thing about him taking his first steps.
I mean...
He's doing it!
He's doing it! Oh, he's doing it!
And he does it to seal a deal with fucking Cable. And Cable's just like, I was not prepared for this. This wasn't in the briefing. God damn it.
It's like, could you put a diaper on or something?
Nope.
No. Oh.
He did not need to be like that. But he was.
Although I find it interesting that his baby legs, like, don't have the weird texture that the rest of his body does.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to me, is sort of interesting, because if it's regenerating to... Wouldn't you think it would regenerate to be...
Maybe it only...
Hold on, explain again?
Because...
It doesn't have the cancerous sores.
It doesn't look like the skin's melting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, maybe if it regenerates, does it, once it reach peak adulthood, does it start getting those...
So, fun fact. One, the limbs generate to the degree, like, they basically go through his life again.
Oh, okay.
So, it wouldn't get all gross until after the event. And then they would still technically be healing, because they're still technically developing past the event. But it only up to the event is when it would be all, like, gross cheddary. I am pretty sure that's accurate. However, we do see his hands and feet and stuff, and it feels like they didn't do the makeup on it, or if they did, it was way too light.
Yeah, there are definitely moments where he just has, like,
normal hands.
Almost normal hands, and...
Well, see, when I saw that, I was thinking, well, we saw a couple scenes where his hands get cut off, and his feet get chopped off, and I mean, he blew up into frickin' pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the rest of his body would have to grown back. Obviously, the one thing that he needs to make sure that stays intact is his head.
And even then, the head can heal itself.
Yeah. But most of the time, his head is the one thing that never really splits up more than just a head.
Mm-hmm.
So would the rest of the body get the healing? That was my one question. I was just curious because when he had the baby legs, he had that normal looking skin.
Yeah, I think it's just because they're still growing.
Okay.
And it doesn't set in until they reach full developmental stage.
That makes sense. Or until he, like, they develop to the point where they were at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I don't care. At the end of the day, he's still Wade.
Still Wade.
Do we want to talk about Russell?
Yes.
Our main villain for this film?
I understand why he has so much anger in him.
I mean, I would too after being
I wish
tortured.
they would... Yeah, no, I wish they would have kept the scene of Wade coming into the home and his background so you would understand him more. Because when we first meet him, he's already this angry little bitch. And as he continues, you start learning more, especially after, Deadpool goes in and he's like, you gotta calm down, kid. And they're like... He's like, I just don't want to be here. And he realizes that the reason he doesn't want to be there is because of the abuse.
Yeah. I love how Wade immediately picks up on the fact that Russell is being abused in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have literal dozens of adult professionals there, and the Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead are both there. And after Wade shoots the orderly, or
one of the people that's
one of the
been
people
abusive.
there, they're like, "Why'd you do that? You can't do that." And Wade's like, "This kid was being abused."
You don't understand. I'm baby.
Like, this kid was being abused. Obviously, he wants to, lash out because he's being, like, tortured. And you can see the scar marks on his neck from the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how right from the beginning, everybody from the outside looking in did not want to see the abuse.
Yeah.
It's a better way to put it. They did not want to see the abuse. They were more interested in stopping. I understand that, yes, the priority is stopping him from destroying more and harming people, which is completely understandable. But at the same time, the fact that they're missing signs of abuse is a huge deal, because I feel like that happens even in normal everyday life, where it doesn't matter as social workers, teachers, I wouldn't say parents, because sometimes it's the parents that are doing the abuse. So I want to say like teachers, social workers, police officers, and even
wasn't your mom watching a news report or like special this
report
afternoon where they were like, yeah, this kid was like imminently in danger and literally no one did anything.
The only people like I've seen, she was watching the update, which is the courts in California are now prosecuting the social workers that were in charge of his case, because they're prosecuting him with his wrongful death suit.
Nice.
But the reason they're doing that is because they were able to find proof that the teachers, his teachers, saw the bruises, saw the abuse happening. He, one of his, because I think he was like in 2nd grade.
He looked really young.
He was like 7. He was a really young kid. His 2nd grade teacher saw the bruises and was like, "What is happening to you at home?" And because I saw the interview, and he told his teacher, he goes, "I'm not talking to you anymore, because every time I talk to you, the police come to my house and I get it worse." And the problem is the teacher saw the abuse. She did what she was supposed to do, but unfortunately, the social worker and the police officers that were coming to his house did not want to catch on to the abuse. And it's also something that's very wrong with our system, that in the US, when it's a situation like this, I think it's a stupid system that we have for social workers, but they want to keep the families together as much as possible. Even though the child's life is in imminent danger, they're supposed to remove the child, but their first priority is to keep the child with his family.
We have this obsession in America with keeping families together, but when it matters, we don't, and when it shouldn't matter, we do. Apparently, because the kids at the border aren't being kept with their families, okay? That's not why do we not care about them? And in the same regard, kids like that are being left with their family. So which is it? Are they safer with their family, or are they safer without? And we've got this whole obsession with it. It weirds me out.
It's this weird obsession, and what hurts me the most is like, till he was 5, he had a really good life because his uncles adopted him. They were a gay couple, and they adopted him. They raised him from birth. Like, his mom was like, "I don't want him," so they're like, "We'll take him. We'll adopt him," and they were doing a great job. He was a healthy kid until his mom
wanted to reclaim her maternal
rights, and she told her parents, who had legal rights as guardians, that that they were sexually abusing the child, which was 100% false.
Well, that leads into a whole other...
Yeah. But, so, seeing this scene from that, knowing that side of the view, because I know a lot of people try to see abuse or try to make sure to help people who have been abused get through that, but when it's the system that's abusing you, you can't do anything about it until it's too late. And it had gotten to that point for Russell where it was too late. He's like, I'd rather be in prison than to be here.
Yeah. And it really exemplifies how the systems America puts in place to protect children, or any minority really, don't work. They just...
And you know what I do like about this? It's not a good situation, but what I do like about it is it's sticking to the X-Men Deadpool traditional, what the comic was based on.
I fucking love that shit.
To show what's wrong with our society, show the lives of the marginalized, show the lives of these people who are being hurt and misunderstood.
Because I don't think there's a single person in this room who hasn't been let down by a major system in one way, shape, or form.
Fair.
Yeah.
And, like, it's all different degrees, different scenarios, but I don't trust any major system at all. And, like, that's on me, but, like, I don't fucking trust it.
I only trust one, and that's because my mom's involved in it, and I only trust certain people within it.
And that's a problem.
That's, yeah.
Like,
that's scary, that even you, close to it, only trust certain people.
Yeah, because no. I'm sorry.
If there's a hierarchy, don't fucking trust it.
There's the only reason I trust certain people is because I know them.
And like, that's a problem.
And that's a problem within our society.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's honestly a problem anywhere.
No,
Not even in the U.S. Because even if you go outside of this country, people don't trust their governments. Oh, God, we're going to get shut down by our government.
I want them to try.
We're not that important. Also, freedom of speech.
Oh, fair. That's the
We're
only...
not that far. We're not that far into
fascism.
Fascism. Yeah. I was gonna say socialism, and that's not right.
No, fascism.
We're not that far into fascism yet. We're good.
That's true. That's the one thing this country has for it is
we've got time to build up a platform before they care about us.
Yeah.
And until then.
But so I like the fact that they kept true to what they stand for, what the comics stand for. Yes, there are comedic relief to things. There are what's the best way to put it?
Satire? That doesn't feel right.
No, it's not satire. I feel
political
like
commentary?
Yes. They're a political commentary turned into a sci-fi fantasy sort of thing to
make it easily digestible.
Make it easily digestible, but not just for adults, but for kids.
I mean,
Deadpool's definitely not for kids.
That's the only reason I made that sound.
Deadpool's not for kids, but I mean, like, X-Men.
But yeah, the first X-Men film I saw when I was like 9 or so. I was young. They were like, you can't trust the system, and I was like, no, that can't be true.
It's true.
Literally, like, a few years later, I learned how deeply you can't trust systems.
Yeah.
That's completely fair, because, like, I kind of went through the same thing. I watched it for the first time.
I think everybody really, especially since we were so young.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time, and I was like, wow, it would totally suck if a marginalized group of people were really treated like that. Huh. Glad we don't do that. And then I grew up, and I went, oh,
we do that.
It's an allegory. If they knew.
It's an allegory. They knew. Why did no one tell me? They did.
Yeah.
Literally.
So,
and you know what's funny? You know who didn't get it? My dad. Who showed me the movie.
Oof.
Honestly, I think there's people that still don't get it.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because they're so close-minded that they don't want to see it.
Yeah,
and that's where that scene stands for. They're so close. People in that instance when Russell is acting out,
lashing out in desperation,
people are so close-minded. Their first thought is, this kid's just being an aggressive little bitch, that they're not looking to see what else could be potentially causing that aggression. They are so close-minded. They are so judgmental.
Do you think it would be fair to say that he's a person of color?
He is a person of color. He's just, I want to say he's
Australian.
He's New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, the only reason I knew that is because Ryan Reynolds.
He is, yes, definitely foreign.
He's a foreigner. So he's definitely, especially within the universe. We're going more with the universe that is happening. He's considered not normal.
Yeah.
He's
already a mutant.
If anything, he's a mutant, and that's enough.
Yeah, he's a mutant. That's enough. And they're already judging him for being a mutant. They're not
a destructive mutant.
Not even if he wouldn't been such a destructive. If he was just acting out, they would have still just judged him for being a mutant. And it's an allegory for not just the fact that the system sucks, but it's also an allegory for racism at that point.
Yeah, and they even one of the Easter eggs makes a reference to that too.
Wade brings it up so many times.
Does he bring it up?
Oh, he brings up racism so much in the whole film. He's like,
I know he does. I just don't like. There's so many Easter eggs in this
there's
film.
The whole
I don't.
There's the whole killing Black Tom, which I still agree with. Why? Because even Wade makes a comment on the fact that the actor who plays Black Tom is white, and he's like, "Why is Black Tom white?"
So I think that there's actually,
and that's more to do. I think.
So the character's supposed to be an Irishman, and
yes. Because he's supposed to be the black sheep of his family.
Black sheep of the family. And there's also a thing in Ireland about, like, you were called black if you had dark brown hair or black hair.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're a different country with a different history.
Yeah,
not to say that there aren't black people in Ireland.
I know. No, it just, I disagree, but if that's actually a thing in Ireland, I guess I can't say anything, because that's...
But, I mean, I understand why he's called Black Tom. But I like the fact that Wade just went, that seems a little racist, doesn't it? And
it hasn't aged well, especially in modern times and sensibilities.
No. It has not aged well. And I think he even brings it up to Cable. He's like, well, I guess we can keep you as long as you're not going to be a racist, bigotist white man. And he's like, fuck
I'm
you.
not racist.
He goes, I'm not racist.
And Deadpool's like, listen, man, I know your type. And Cable's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Please, can I live? I haven't even said anything. You don't even know me.
You don't even know me.
And I think that's also another allegory that sometimes we forget to stop judging people for
but also
their
Deadpool.
Cultural backgrounds.
That, and like also there's a thing that kind of happens nowadays, especially on the internet, where people not in a marginalized group will start being like, hey, don't do that, these people don't like it. And they're sitting there going, I mean, I could just tell you how I feel about it, and the answer overall is kind of meh. Like, there was a thing happening recently, I don't remember what it was, but like, someone got like blasted on Twitter for saying a certain thing, and I think it's Latinx. You actually might be able to, have you ever heard of Latinx? Okay,
go.
So Latinx was created to lump together all people who speak Spanish in some way, shape, or form, but not just call them Mexican.
It was supposed to be a gender neutral term, as opposed to being saying
not gender neutral.
No. Also gender, because there's Latinas and Latinos.
Yes. Okay.
Fine. And Latinx was supposed to be like kind of a catch-all for any kind of Hispanic person.
I can see why people see offense to it, though.
Yeah, a lot of people who are not Hispanic have been being like, they want to be called that, and a lot of Hispanic people were in the comments like, buddy, you didn't even ask us.
No, and I can understand being a Hispanic. that's more offensive than you trying to actually learn or like where, because me being a Hispanic, I will say you are Hispanic or Latino or Latina. That has nothing to do. I understand that there are people who are transgender, who are non-binary, who are everything like that. Unfortunately, Roman languages sex everything.
Yep.
Trees have sex. Cheese has a sex. So,
roads.
Everything has a sex.
Everything has a sex.
Sometimes it makes no fucking sense.
Sometimes it makes no fucking sense. And that we're not, as a Hispanic culture, we don't do it to alienate or mistreat or say you're not who you are. It's just how the language flows.
Yeah, it's literally just a functionality
yeah,
of
but
the language.
it's not just the gender thing. It's also like that way you can just say you're a Spanish speaker.
No, and that's why I think people would take offense to it.
Exactly.
Because
I agree.
There's a difference between Latinos and there's a difference between Hispanics. And there's a difference, and the difference is Latinos are everybody who comes from Latin America. Hispanics are every country that speaks Spanish, even if you come from Latin America.
So there's already a catch-all term.
Yeah, Hispanic is the catch-all term.
And that's what I understood.
Yeah.
Latinos is specifically for people who are from Latin America. And even some Latinos sometimes have offense to it because they want to be known for their country. Like, you can't call a Cuban a Mexican. You can call
absolutely not.
You can call them a Latino, but they'll still be quick to tell you, I'm Cuban. A Mexican will be quick to tell you, I'm Mexican. A Venezuelan will be oh boy, don't tell a Colombian they're a Venezuelan, because then you're going to start a whole fight.
No, but literally almost every Hispanic person I have come across with, either growing up or in my adult life, you know, once I get to know them as an individual, they'll be like, oh, I'm from this country.
And then you know them from that country. And but if you see someone and you see them, the catch-all term is Hispanic.
Yeah. Anyway, I think his insistence on that in the movie is a callback to stuff like that, where he's taking the words of the minority as someone who's not a part of that party and being like, hey, I got words for you, man. And he didn't even ask anyone. He's like, I have an assumption.
Right.
That I'm standing up for you. No, you don't understand. I'm standing up for you.
And you see it time and time again.
That person is just sitting on the side. I'm like, I mean...
But I think,
sort of.
I think also from Cable's point of view, though, is, yeah, he's standing up for these minorities, but he's like, but bro, I never did anything to offend these minorities. So why are you coming at me about it?
I literally haven't even opened my mouth yet.
Yeah, and I think that's another issue that we have, especially right now. Wow, do we have that going on right now, where people just see someone different than themselves and all of a sudden we have an issue.
Well, I mean, there was even this, this is probably more of a tangent that you're probably going to cut, but even recently on TikTok, there was this whole big scandal about how tarot card reading was a specifically Romani practice and how it was a closed practice, and if you aren't Romani, you can't pull tarot. You can't do tarot as a practice.
I thought it was a Wiccan thing. That's more because I don't know. I'm not trying to be like insensitive to a culture.
No. I mean, anybody can do tarot.
Yeah, I personally thought it was a Wiccan thing, but I guess I was wrong.
It's not just a Wiccan thing. It's there is cultural practices to Romani tarot specifically, but a lot of Romani people came up and were like, "Hey, listen, that's really problematic, and here's why. You can't say that. It's rooted in a lot of deep-seated racism towards the Romani people." And the person was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm speaking up for the Romani people. I have a big platform. I'm amplifying their voices.
That's something that pisses me off. Is the platform. People with platforms.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I was kind of talking about.
Okay, I got you.
And so many Romani creators were like, hey, listen.
Buddy, how many times do I have to tell you that you're not helping?
You're not part of our community. You don't know the nuances of the situation. please listen to us. And the person just ignored them.
Yeah, no, I think I get what you're saying. And I really appreciate, because I feel like he was obviously making fun of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
yeah.
I appreciate the fact that this movie brings up a lot of issues, especially for 3 years later, issues that are currently happening, which is so sad.
I mean, yeah, it talks about the abuse of the prison system.
Oh God, that's another level of things that we don't want to go into. But I mean,
yeah, we don't have to go into. But they mention the abuse of the prison system,
the abuse of the neglect of the people in the system, and it even shows systemic racism to an extent too.
Yeah.
It shows a weird way of really going, okay, we're trying to divert from that, but we're forgetting how to grow.
And we're also led to the conclusion that everyone in the icebox is a mutant. And if we're going with the racism allegory that they've already set up, there's the general assumption that everyone in prison is a person of color.
A minority. I wouldn't say I'm a person of color. I would say I'm a minority.
A minority.
Minority would be fair, because Hispanics are also arrested more than necessary.
We're drug dealers, man.
No.
What the hell are you talking about? We supply you.
As
Sam, this is why your eyes are so big.
Allow me to ask a genuine question. Do Hispanics not consider themselves people of color, or is like...
No.
Okay.
We are...
It might depend on who you ask.
It depends on who you ask. It depends on... Because not all Hispanics are brown.
I understand that.
I mean, again, this is touching my dad.
Right.
He could... If people didn't know, they would probably go with, he's your dad instead of mine, until he opens his mouth.
Yeah, there's an element of white passing in that.
A lot of Venezuelans and Colombians are actually very, very white. Colombia was actually one of the countries that was very much seeded into the slave trade. And they were actually very much like the U.S. for a very long time against people of color.
Okay.
So and they're still very racist. So Hispanics, I would not say people of color. I would definitely say minorities.
Okay.
There are people of color within the Hispanic community, but...
Cool. I've heard it used both ways.
Because there are, like I said, there are people of color within... I mean, a lot of Dominicans and islanders are more people of color than people within certain communities, because of the fact that Spain and Portugal were also very deep-seated in slave trade. Except the Spaniards that came to Mexico said, "Ooh, Indians, let me kidnap those instead."
You mean Native Americans?
No.
Wait.
We're Aztecs, honey. We're Cherokee. We're not Cherokee. We're Aztecs and Mayans and...
I was getting my history mixed up. I'm sorry.
No, we went...
Ignore me.
The Spaniards went, Indians, cool, these are going to be our slaves. The Colombians didn't find the Indians at first, so they said, we have to bring them in. Same with the Brazilians and the Venezuelans. They were like, we can't find them because them bitches hid. They saw what happened in North and they went, let's hide. I mean, in Brazil, you're still finding indigenous culture that has not been touched by people. And some of them are cannibals, and that's why people are like, see ya.
That's fair.
But yeah, we're led to the conclusion that everyone in the icebox is some type of minority, and that's a mutant in this allegory.
Yes. But yeah, there's the whole prison system's fucked up. There's the police department's fucked up because of how they treat Russell.
The foster system.
Why is the child in a maximum security prison?
That's another thing that I didn't understand. Why it makes sense, because it's either you're in these houses where they're keeping you safe. Air quotes, major air quotes, because you're a minor, or because honestly that house for whatever they called it felt more like a juvenile detention than an actual like not halfway house. What are those called?
Group home?
Like a group home.
To me, it felt like a Christian run orphanage.
Yeah, it felt like one of those.
Not necessarily Christian, but religious run. Let's make it fair.
See, the reason I you know what? No, more of a mental institution. It felt more like a mental institution than an orphanage or a group home.
I can vibe with that.
Just by the look of how the people were dressed and acting.
The vibe I got was like early 1900s were taking indigenous children away from their families and putting them into like basically prison school for them.
See, I can understand that, but I had this, I guess it's the white uniforms that I started seeing on everybody that made me feel like a mental institution.
That's fair.
And that's another issue all to itself, because mental institutions
have never been good.
Have never been good.
Even to this day, they are not awesome.
No, they're not.
They're trying
to fix that, but it's a slow process, and we're gonna give them. But right now, they're shit. We have, as a society, realized that mental institutions are shit, and they need to be fixed. But
that conversation is just starting to happen, and it's
yeah,
exciting to see.
Yeah, that conversation's happening, but the problem is, it's gonna be a while before we see change.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a very long while, because unfortunately, the way that things in society move, they move really slow.
Yeah. Plus, even if they were to move very fast and we were to overhaul the system overnight, that doesn't change the fact that everyone remembers the past 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like, when our grandparents were kids, lobotomies were still a thing that people genuinely thought were a valid form of treatment.
Especially for women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, women having emotions other than default wife mode were considered hysteria.
Yeah.
Yes.
The amount of queer people and women who were lobotomized in between, like, I want to say, like, 18 something to the early 1900s.
I just thought of a show.
Astronomical.
Penny Dreadful
Mm-hmm.
actually does a very, in season 1 and season 3 does a very good job on showing how, especially in the Victorian era, saw mental health.
Oh my god. Like,
in women.
Going on a tangent, men could just put their wives and daughters into
we see it in Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. And they use their hair for wigs and shit. They would literally just come in and cut off your hair and not even tell you what was going on.
Oh yeah, no. And I mean, Penny Dreadful is on our list, so you guys can, I think it's going to be a very interesting show for us to see.
Maybe we can do it for like Halloween or something.
I think it'll be interesting to do for Halloween. Especially because they're like 10 episodes
a
each season. Yeah, and it's 3 seasons, and you know there's not going to be a 4th season. But it's interesting to see. I felt like, again, that was a very mental institution, and I can understand why Russell was getting angry.
I mean,
and losing control. Because, I mean, you get the flash of him being tied down to an electric chair.
Yeah. Something I would like to just add on. Like, I like that they had that one moment of Wade, like, giving him a chance actually did change his life. Because I actually saw an interview from a guy, this was like years ago, so please don't, please excuse me if I misspeak, but I can link him in the show notes if preferred. This guy, he did an interview and did a TED Talk on it, because he was almost a school shooter. He was stopped the day it was supposed to happen or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason he had been driven to that level of violence was because of the mental anguish he was in from the torment that he was experiencing at home and at school. When your life is constantly bad, you don't think clearly.
Mm-hmm.
you think that violence is the only way out. And I really appreciated hearing his side of it, because when he was like telling his side of the story, he was like, I don't even really remember it. Like that entire 48-hour period is like a blank spot in my mind. And that's scary, because it's basically your brain going, I'm going to hurt as many people as possible and then myself, and then we're done. And you don't even remember it. Not to say that every person who's gone through that is the same, but like, for me, it kind of reflects, like, this kid was pushed to this point.
Mm-hmm.
He was pushed to this point of, I have no other option other than to lash out and hurt anyone in my path. And to that point, when you do a bad thing in a bad mental state, it can become a habit, because it feels like you fixed your problem.
Yeah.
That's how we get bad coping habits. That's how you get, like, biting your nails when you're nervous. You self-soothing correctly. It's, no offense. It's true, though. Like, that's how you develop bad habits.
Immediately starts biting nails.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But,
I pick my cuticles, not bite my nails. Excuse you.
But anyway, my
I'm
point
bleeding
is,
right now, so shh.
those two things, I'm trying to finish. Those two things kind of go hand in hand with exactly how we see him. And it's such a small, minute detail how this kid is interacting in the world around him, but it's so real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know exactly why he's acting that way.
It feels very grounded.
Yeah.
But yeah, going off a little bit of what you said, that whole end sequence, we really get to explore Russell's mental state. But like,
it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good at all. I mean, I'm not gonna condone Russell in the whole point, because he had a lot of options. Because even Wade, when they're in prison, he's like, dude, just let it go.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree. He definitely had room to, like,
grow,
but
he was bent on, this is the only way for me to get better.
Genuinely
he was stuck into it. Yeah.
And sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, he genuinely believed that killing this man was going to be the only catharsis he could ever have.
And I mean, to the extent that Wade saw that this kid was good, he just needed better guidance. But he also realized at the beginning, Wade realized did not realize, I want to say better yet, Wade thought he was not that, he believed he was not that guidance that he needed. Mm-hmm. And in a weird way, he was. Obviously, I don't think it's a good thing that the kid ends up with Wade, because
it's not.
We all know Wade's not in the best mental state.
Doesn't he go with Negasonic Teenage War? No, he doesn't go with the X-Men.
No, he doesn't.
He becomes part of the X-Force.
Oof.
That's not good for him.
Yeah. So I mean,
his only positive forces are gonna be like
Deadpool.
Domino.
I was gonna say Domino, maybe Cable. Cable has some experience being a dad.
But Cable still has issues with him.
Yeah, Cable doesn't like him.
Cable, the only reason Cable did not kill him
Sugar Bear? It's gonna be Sugar Bear.
Was because
Deadpool changed him.
Because Deadpool changed that one
bear, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the only reason Cable's like, all right, I'm not gonna kill you now.
He's not on Team Kid. He's not.
Maybe Colossus will come in and be like, hello, E.T.
Hello, small child.
Okay.
I need to be father figure. You have a different accent than me, old man.
That's fair.
It's true. I can still be father figure. You're gonna be a
have
figure
protein bar. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
So it'd be interesting to see, but I mean, obviously, the kid had flaws.
Oh, for sure.
But I understand.
He's also 14.
Yeah.
Oh, right, he's Bakugo.
Oh,
I forgot.
Shit.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna point out how many Bakugos we have. I think we're on 3.
Oh, we've seen so many more.
Wait, so he's one. Who else?
Flame guy from
Oh, yeah.
We've had a
Flamio
I
Hotman.
almost said Flavio Hotman. Hot Streak from Static Shock.
We had a couple other ones.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Shit.
It's okay. We've got
Hothead
one
with
so
firepower.
Yeah,
It's a trope.
Yeah. But with that, I think the way they made the ending scene was amazing. The CGI in this movie,
Oh my god.
I'm so glad they used that extra money in CGI.
They said, "Hey, we have money," and they meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I really liked was, I think Jay mentioned this in an off-screen discussion.
Oh.
Even though they
to
had,
know what I said.
even though they had money, it still felt thrifty in a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they put the money towards CGI, which that CGI fight was amazing.
Oh yeah, like
But the music choices,
the music choices, like some of them were very high dollar, but some of them were relatively low dollar. Like Skrillex's Bangarang, they used that at one point, and that song came out that came out when I was in high school. Okay, that song must have been cheap. Okay, not to say that Skrillex, I don't know if he makes anything anymore, but not to say that he's like not worth anything, but it's
not a hot ticket item.
It's not a hot ticket item. So you could tell throughout the film that while they had a budget, they had spent so long working without one that they knew exactly where to put things.
Yes.
Right, because like
where to focus their budget on.
They got Dolly Parton's 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
Which,
you know that shit ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Is it? I would have said, because it's been used in so many films.
Even though it's been used on so many films, because it's such a popular song, it's like one of those things that it doesn't matter that it came out in 1985 because it's you know,
it's a cultural icon at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Everybody, it
I
doesn't
really like
matter
that
if
choice,
you,
though.
it's one of those things that it doesn't matter if you like Dolly Parton or not. You know that song.
And it's true. I don't like or know Dolly Parton, really. But I know that song.
I personally want to go to the Dolly World.
I've been to Dolly.
Welcome to.
I've been to Dolly World as a child.
I just want to go and say I went.
It was
once.
really, from what I remember of it, which is not a lot. I think it was like 3 or something. It was neat. There were some it was the one and only family vacation my grandparents took me on, or took us on.
Wait, the good ones or the bad ones?
Which do you think?
Which seems like they would go on a vacation with their kids.
The good ones.
No.
Oh.
Listen, I don't listen to country music.
No, I know you hate country music.
I would die for Dolly Parton, though.
That's nice.
I'm just gonna shut up.
She
on
sponsored
country.
the Moderna vaccine.
Yeah, I mean Dolly Parton is a great woman.
Dolly Parton's a great person. I'm not hating on her as a person. I just don't like her music.
Yeah, but like I was saying, it's one of those songs that doesn't matter who you are, where you've been, doesn't matter what fucking country you're in, you've heard that song. Yes. No, wait, back.
Maybe that's
CGI.
why I wasn't super paying attention.
CGI in this film was amazing.
I really, really, really enjoyed the fight scene between Colossus and Juggernaut. That was
yes.
I'm going to fight dirty this time.
And he did.
He shoved a cable, an electric cable, up his ass.
I wasn't gonna point that out, but
I
yes,
needed to. It was the most dirty that man could have ever gotten when fighting.
Okay, fair.
He said, "I'm going to play dirty," and meant it.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of him.
I'm very proud of him.
That actually makes a lot of sense of why he didn't go back with the X-Men.
Wait, why didn't he?
Because when they're the Supersonic Teenage Megasonic Teenage
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Don't worry, I also struggle. This isn't a call
Her.
post.
Her name is now Her.
The iconic lesbian.
Yes. And her very cute girlfriend go, okay, we're going to take the kids back to the...
Hi, Wade.
We're going to take them back to the mansion. Colossus walks off with the X-Force. Y'all fucking missed this shit?
Yeah, I missed this shit. I was too excited about the fact that Wade didn't actually die.
Oh.
Softly.
I
missed it too, don't feel bad.
I don't.
Bitches.
We had other priorities.
He's the tallest motherfucker walking in that line. They're all in size order. It's Megasonic
size order.
Yeah, no, because it's Colossus, then you have Domino, then you have Deadpool.
I guess I assumed they were going back to the X Mansion.
No, they were walking off with, because then you have Cable and Fire Fist or Russell, and then all of a sudden you see the guy get smashed in by the taxi.
I guess in my brain I just assumed they were going back to the X Mansion.
Okay.
And I just went, yeah, that sounds like a thing they would do right now. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
But yeah, I think they did a wonderful job. You can tell they spent their money properly. It was, as far as films go, it did feel in parts like the original Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
In other parts you can tell they were like flashing the money at you. And I liked it.
I liked it specifically because they knew it when they did it.
Yes.
Like they weren't being like, oh, don't worry about it, but like we have money now. They were like, no. Hey guys, back the fuck up. We have money now and we're gonna show you something cool.
Get ready for a CGI fight.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
It was the perfect way to do that. Because they were just like, hi, I have money now. How are you?
We're no longer broke. Hello.
We have graduated from college and got a job.
Okay. Any final thoughts before we go into judging?
I would just like to say a personal thank you to Ryan Reynolds for killing off that bastardization of Deadpool that we were forced to watch through in X-Men Origins.
Yes.
I saw him on my screen and went, get away from me, stranger danger.
I know
I don't like you. I don't want to see you again. I know you're my boy, but you still gotta go.
I know. I saw him on screen, and I just love when you see that one shot, and you're like, okay. And then you see Wade show up and be like, pop.
Pop, 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 empties the entire clip.
Don't shoot. Everything's fine.
I love you. Bye, Hugh.
Yes. Does it say by Hugh or by Logan?
I don't know. Point is, the friendship between Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds is
there
eternal.
It's
eternal. And technically, Hugh Jackman made a cameo because they really had to refilm that whole scene.
Did they really?
I'm pretty sure they had to refilm that whole scene.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
The original
Because didn't it have more X-Men in the original when
No, because
I don't remember.
In that scene, I don't know why this is so clear in my mind, but in that scene, he's all like, oh, I guess Stryker finally found a way to shut you up, and he does that weird head tilt, and by that point, Logan is by himself because fucking Sabretooth is off doing some other
things with teeth.
Yeah. Well, yes, I agree. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds, for killing the abomination that we, for so long, thought, what the fuck?
Only for killing the rendition of Deadpool that for so long we thought was the only one we were gonna fucking get.
Yes.
It deserved to die.
Yes, it did.
And for making 2 excellent movies.
Yes.
And for guiding a 3rd.
And with that,
I do believe it's free to open judgment time. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna hop into the fandom just for a quick second, little bit of an update. Y'all need to make more Colossus X Wade stuff because I didn't ship it until I saw the movie and now I've seen it, and why aren't you doing this?
Yes, please, someone.
It's the funniest ship.
It's like a golden retriever.
Please.
Fucking, oh, what's a terrible animal?
Why am I choking?
A golden retriever that went through classes to be a service dog met a honey badger. And went, I am going to befriend that thing if it kills me. And it has so far not killed him. Yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
So I really enjoyed this movie. I prefer to watch the first one better. I like the first one more. But I wouldn't say no to this one. Definitely say go watch it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. It's definitely if you like Deadpool, watch it. So it's a yes for me.
I definitely enjoyed the second one, even on a rewatch. I will say this, I like the original better. I like how scrappy and spiteful it felt. Whereas opposed to this one had more of a relaxed energy almost to it, a more nonchalant energy about it. Which isn't bad. I think depending on how the third one comes out, it'll really form how good the second one is. Because that's the thing with second sequels a lot of the time, is that depending on the third film, it shows how good a job the second film did setting up the rest of the world. But no, lots of fun, good energy, definitely worth the watch. I would say yeah.
I would have to agree. Like, was it as out of the water as Deadpool 1 was? No. Was it a good addition to the world? Yeah. I feel like it really tried to bring a lot of light that was unable to be brought to the first movie. And I think that so long as it continued to do well, it's going to continue to get better as far as the franchise goes, and I am excited to see where it goes. So if you care about Deadpool and you want to do, like, and you know, want to follow along in any way, shape, or form, this would be a really good movie. Definitely just watch it in that case just to see where it goes. Like, it won't hurt. It's not going to ruin the flavor of the franchise in your mouth.
No.
For sure. So that's 3 yeses all around.
Yes.
I feel like we've been on a bit of a streak of selecting good stuff.
We'll see what continues.
We'll see if that continues.
With that,
thanks for coming, you guys.
yeah.
Oh, I wrote a bit. I wrote a social media bit.
Oh, good. I don't want to guess again. Okay, so Sam has written me up a thing, and I've not read it yet, so if it sucks, get mad at Sam. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you want more content or want to see some of the things we've referenced in the show or just want to say hi, please follow us at wsiwtpodcast on Instagram and Twitter. Our TikTok is Why Should I Watch That? All one word. And our Facebook page by the same name. Which same name? We just said 2.
Why should I watch that?
And our Facebook page at Why Should I Watch That? We've also got a YouTube channel where you can listen to our episodes and also watch our live show, which we only did once, but we might do again. Also, the YouTube is still backed up. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. My desktop is dead, so I'm kind of hindered on what I can and can't do right now.
That's fair.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. Anyway, that's our socials. Please do those things and hit those buttons if you want to, you know, show that you like us.
Yay!
Hit more buttons on your keyboard if you have words for us.
Yep.
Thanks for listening.
We would love to hear from you guys about your thoughts and whether you agree with us or disagree with us.
Yeah.
Polite discourse is always welcome.
And we could probably maybe read off some of your thoughts on our reviews.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So just hit us up.
And
with that, we've had our snacks.
We've said our facts.
We've told you if you should watch that.
Bye, guys.
Next month's theme is anime. Please listen closely to the following theme song to try and guess.